Mud has feelings too. Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds, and we are here again for Aether Skies, a sponsored game by Open Legend RPG. And when we left off, anybody want to do the recap?
Megan.
Oh gosh. Okay, so it has been, I believe, multiple weeks since we've played this game. Let's see if we can remember what happened. If I recall correctly, last session we started still at the temple with like the order of those stone monks, and then Bunny nerded out with them in their library for a while, and the next day we started back down it's not the yellow brick road, it's like some stone path that we were on, and so like they came with us and we ended up at this temple where we were like fighting these golems and they were fighting with us, and I almost got one shot. I remember that. And then there was a door and we finally got into the temple and that's where we cut off.
That's basically the sums it up. So you guys want to just go through real quick, introduce your characters real quick, let everybody know who you're playing.
Krezik, Psychic Warrior Extraordinaire, Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Next.
I'm fantasy author Ty Johnston. I play Israel Amadeus. As I say, he has a sword and a gun. That's all you need to know about him.
Also indie author Megan Miller. I play Lucilia Heliotrope. She's not that kind of doctor.
Writer, Nerdarchy website editor Doug playing Raz, who is a dwarf soldier. Female.
How you doing? I'm Nerdarchy's Ted. I will be playing Bunny, the Kobold Etherfleiser.
Awesome. So we will be playing some Open Legend today, and this may be the final session for this one. I got some stuff planned, so we'll see how that goes. You guys are, standing outside of the ziggurat. Dr. Lucy, with the help of Krezik, was able to decipher the cryptic writings on the outside of this door after you guys defeated these golems.
Other way around.
Well,
Krezik okay.
You guys work together in order to decipher the cryptic writings. How about that? So you guys had just defeated a bunch of golems that used to actually work for the Order of the Eternal Stone, which is these monks. They kind of look a lot. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, they look a lot like miniature stone giants. So they look very etched. They're hard to tell apart. They appear to be virtually sexless when you look at them. But as you guys interacted with them, you've started to learn more about them and how to differentiate them, and the fact that a lot of their communication happens kind of not non-verbally, and they have this like almost resonance that happens when they speak to each other. So as the gibberish you guys determined was actually the tenets of this order, spelled backwards. You guys said the words, and the doors have slid open, and this eerie green light comes pouring out. Takes a moment to rub the blindness out of your eyes, as it's a little overwhelming. And before you is a long corridor that's illuminated, but you cannot tell from where. The light is just there. And there seems to be mutterings and unease amongst the monks that are following you. You have about 24 of them, I believe.
Sword and gun out, striding forward.
I was about to ask like how wide the corridor was.
The corridor is actually fairly wide. It is about 15 feet.
Is there any indication where the green glow is coming from?
It seems to be emanating from everywhere.
Oh. I will get my gun out and also put up a barrier around myself and follow behind Israel.
So if this place was trapped, you would have told us, correct? Asking the monks.
What did you ask them? I'm sorry.
If this place is trapped, you would have told us, correct?
We did not put any traps in here. No, traps make it difficult for us to come and go.
I will follow the party.
I'll go as well.
It's just a straight hallway, no side passages or anything?
It is a straight hallway, and it is a perfect cube.
How tall is it? How tall is the hallway?
15
Like
foot.
15 feet.
So it's 15 foot tall, 15 foot wide.
Yep, perfect cube. So the monks, follow behind the party, and they're kind of looking around and muttering, and there's a lot of unease. And one of them finally speaks up. This doesn't look the same as
When is last time you were in this place?
What looks different?
It has been decades, but this isn't. There should be a foyer here.
So the
Like
entire
there's
building has
missing room?
changed?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it look like there's been construction, or is it more like disorientation sort of alteration?
Neither, actually. It just looks like it was made this way when you guys look at it, but they're saying it's not laid out the same.
Does the stone look properly aged for how old it's supposed to be?
You would think so. I mean, it doesn't look new.
I would like to closely examine like the wall. Is it just a smooth wall or is it blocks?
It is blocks, and then as you get closer, you're actually able to see it better because of the way the light kind of emanates everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What you can see that there's actually like a really light etchings in the wall itself. And
Okay.
different scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to particularly look at the seams and see if there's any indication that like they move. Like Raz is thinking perhaps, based on what they said, maybe it's like a puzzle box and it's like they might shift. So I will also say to the party, like, we should probably stay close together in case these walls, if this place moves, I don't want to be cut off from each other. And I'll point out that you said there's some kind of markings along the seams.
Yeah, yes, it's etchings. Actually, if you look at it, as the closer you look, the more distinct they become. When you first kind of see them, they're a little blurry, and from a distance, you can't even see them at all. It just kind of blends into the grain of the stone. But as you get closer and look at it, these horrific scenes begin to manifest of torture and sacrifice to these what can only be described as horrors. Some of them have tentacles, some of them are kind of blobby and amorphous, but they all look very disturbing and like some of the things you guys have seen when you went into the gloom the first time.
Well, I will definitely bring that to the party's attention.
I lock on.
Dr. Lee, come over here and look at these etchings on the wall.
I look on to the most
with us.
Yes, he is.
I'm guessing you guys didn't carve this. This is not you guys.
So again, at first he doesn't really know what you're talking about until he kind of gets really close up on the wall, and it starts to come into view for him. And no, this is definitely not. This was not here before. This is new. This is an abomination.
Okay, I look on to the most depraved one I can find and take an etching of it.
Okay. So you find the scene of like monster orgy, and you take an etching of that. Well, and one of the things too is like there's always like a being that seems to be above all the rest, and it always has that 2 rows of five eyes.
The people being, horrifically slain by these monsters in the etchings. Are they distinct in any way? Do they look like any particular race, or do they look like the Garanda or humans or elves?
They generally look human.
So there's nothing that looks like us. I was like kind of fearing like, oh, it's going to be a picture of like a dwarf, an elf, a human, and 2 kobolds getting slaughtered.
No, you have not found those pictures yet.
That would be rather optimistic.
Yet. We're doomed. Well, we should definitely proceed with caution. Is there any indication that like the stones might move and slide? Like, I guess that's what I'm particularly looking for. Is there any like, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like places where it looks like the stones like scratched against each other from moving, like the blocks.
It does not. Everything looks like it looks fitted, and it looks like it was designed this way.
She's
Okay.
a dwarf. She would know.
Well, that gives me a little relief.
Is there a pattern or a scene that unfolds by looking at multiple of them, or is each depiction just a completely new horror?
Each one is new. The only thing that seems to be kind of they go from picture to picture. Is the same as those eyes. The two sets of five eyes.
So this is the same thing that has the scar that's on me, and right?
Yes.
That dagger that I have, is it doing anything weird?
I was just thinking about that. That thing glowed yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I get it out and look at it, is it doing anything strange or interacting with this in any way?
The runes are lighting up and glowing.
I'm gonna wrap that back, replace it in my bag.
Might want to keep that handy just in case. It did prove pretty useful against those creatures in the graveyard.
Yeah, but those things weren't this, and if I'm correct, then it belongs to this thing.
You also feel, now that you've been here, you feel there's just energy in the air, and it's kind of, it kind of like hums in your chest.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna cautiously, I'm gonna fall back a little bit and try to do this subtly, but I'm gonna roll my sleeve up and see if like the weird green corruption marks are doing anything also.
They're pulsing with a little bit of light.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I seem concerned about this, but I do not voice those concerns, put my sleeve back and continue on like nothing happened.
What do you make of this, Commander?
I don't really understand why the rest of you are sort of concerned or think this is unusual. Yes, we're surrounded by evil, but I kind of go through life feeling I'm always surrounded by evil. So
yeah.
Evil is subjective.
So you all have that feeling of the energy in the air, except for the commander.
Oh,
yeah. Now you
he
know
always
what
has that feeling.
Now you know what I feel like every day.
Yeah, we're describing I feel like an evil presence. He's like, yeah, that's what I've been telling you guys for the last month and a half. It's everywhere.
I thought it was you guys. Guess not.
So I'm going to continue to wander down the hall and look at the etchings as we go. I actually seem quite fascinated by all of this.
I'm very wary, gripping my gun and proceeding cautiously.
Okay, so as you guys proceed, there really is only one way to go, and you come to a hexagonal chamber, and there is basically like a 3-foot walkway around the edge of the walls, and in the center of the room is a sheet of obsidian, pure black. It is shaped like a hexagon.
And is it set in the ground, or?
Yeah, it's actually set in the ground, like part of the ground, part of the floor, and then the tunnel continues on the other side.
So we'd have to walk. Well, I guess we could go around the walkway. Is it completely obscuring, or is it translucent in any way? Can you see anything?
It looks like a sheet of obsidian. It's shiny. It's polished.
Okay.
It's evil.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go up on the...
if you get close enough, it's kind of reflective.
I'm going to go up on the walkway. I'm not...
Yeah.
I'm not feeling crossing this thing.
I'm with Bunny on that one.
Oh, I really want to see this thing up close.
Well, Bunny goes,
I would see Dr. Lucy kind of unconsciously leaning towards it and hold her back and be like, let's stick to the walkway.
Israel will walk on it.
You would, wouldn't you?
Oh, so it's okay for him to do it.
So those of you that that come in first and kind of go to the side, you see yourselves reflected back at you, but like a dark, twisted version of yourself.
I really want to see what that looks like, Roz.
Israel, he walks right on it, and all of a sudden you were just someplace else.
Great.
Do we see him just disappear?
All right, guys. See, I'll log out. See you later. Yeah.
Okay, well now we have to.
There's plenty of room in the sphere of knowledge. No.
You beat me to it, Dave.
So this is what the rest of you see. The rest of you see Israel, like a reflection of Israel in the surface, but he's squaring off what looks like a darker version of Israel. And it's kind of twisted and misshapen. And what Israel sees is basically nothing around you, just blackness. And in front of you is the mirror opposite of yourself. It's got the goatee, of course.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. I shoot it.
Excellent. So roll initiative.
So I'm sorry. Did you say we see both of them or just the one?
You see them both.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like crouch and watch this go on, like in the glass.
I got a 35 for initiative.
I suspect.
Dang.
You're going to go first. What is your agility?
My agility is 5. Plus, I also have advantage on initiative due to a feat.
Okay. Perfect.
Are we all rolling initiative or just him?
Just him. Well, I mean, you can act. All right, so you're definitely going first. You're going to shoot.
I got a 21.
And what is your guard?
My guard is 19.
Okay, so 21 definitely hits. So you let off a shot. It's almost as if he knew what you were going to do. He kind of moves with it, and it grazes the front of his jacket, his coat. And,
so we see that. We see that he didn't do much to his dark doppelganger.
Yeah, and now they're starting to like whirl and move around, so it is getting a lot harder for you guys to follow.
I'm gonna look at Roz and I'm gonna say, do you think he needs help?
Yes, but if we all go in and fight our own, if there's mirrors of us, perhaps we should split up so that we're not fighting.
No desire to fight my dark side again. I'll remain if you need someone to.
I'm just saying, like, we would be evenly matched against ourselves, so maybe we should, like,
send the person who is most apt at fighting him.
Well, I mean, if, like, say I jump in and there's a dark Raz, like,
send Chris.
We should split up who's facing who, because we're going to be evenly matched against ourselves.
And
I get dibs on Ty.
And if Lucy goes in, it's not going to be a dark version. It's going to be a light version.
Good point. Lucy, jump in. You can save us.
Yeah, she's going to have like a My Little Pony backpack on and stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, when you look in the glass, it's actually like an angelic being with, a halo and glowing radiance.
So, so Dark Israel, spins with your shot, draws his own pistol, and fires, hitting 26.
That'll hit me.
I'm diving in if I see him get hit. I'm just gonna jump off the ledge onto it.
I look at the kobolds and I say, "Shall we then?"
Bring the monks too.
Oh my god!
The bear and the dog.
Yeah, the bear. What is the bear's name again? I forget.
Blinky.
Yeah, Blinky. That's right.
All right, so that's what you guys are doing. You're jumping in.
I'm going to. I see him get hit, and I'm going for it.
Not so much jump, but as fly mutt through the glass.
I look first to make sure it isn't hiss.
It isn't hiss. It is kind of like a darker version of yourself that has hiss on its shoulder, not inside.
Oh. Yeah, I'm coming with.
Can I do a psychic read and see like what are their brain patterns compared to ours?
Basically, it's almost like the polar opposite of you guys. It is like your most base, depraved, lowest thoughts you've ever had.
My darker self actually likes you, Krizik.
I'm comfortable with those.
Like hugging.
Yeah, most of us are pretty shitty people.
So with that, you guys, I guess everyone can roll initiative.
I got a 19.
16.
21.
All right. Yeah. If you guys can just drop them in the chat, perfect. So 21.
Yep.
Doug, you're Nerdarchy today.
I know. I saw that. I don't know why the logo's there.
I was confused. Usually that ends up being Ted, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. So, what is Raz doing?
Okay, so if we're going in initiative order, so I'm guessing like I would land on the thing and show up here. So it's just me and Israel, and then our dark mirrors.
Yes.
And how are we arranged? Like, where's everybody standing?
Well, you are actually standing probably about 15 feet away from the Israels, and
Okay.
you're just standing. It almost feels like you're standing on nothingness, and there's just blackness all around.
I mean, I can tell which one's well, he's got the goatee, right?
that was a joke. No, he looks misshapen.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to that one and just do a knockdown punch, or try to anyway. Just knock him down. And I'm gonna use my legend point because I never used it. What does that just give you advantage?
It does.
Okay. Let's see, 21, 22. Whoops. 31. And that's might versus guard.
All right, what's your guard?
Well, I was punching Israel, so it'd be his guard.
Oh,
Right.
19, I believe.
19.
So that allows you to invoke a boon or bane.
Okay, so is that what the special is? And on a punch, it's just knockdown. Or is it in addition to that?
It would be in addition to that.
Oh, then I will do the. I'm sorry, I know we've been playing for it. Does it have to be one that I've purchased, or is it just anyone that is available to me because of my attribute scores?
It's anyone that would be available to you according to your might.
Oh, okay. Then I will. And he's got a gun and a sword?
Mm-hmm.
I'll disarm him of the sword.
Okay, so you run in, you slam into him with your with a punch, and you just roll right behind the punch in with your shoulder, knocking him to the ground at the same time, stripping the sword away, almost like a football player stripping the ball.
Nice, and then I'll just kind of get in a guard position next to the commander, and say, "Now you take that one, and I'll point at the dark me."
So how many hit points does Israel have?
30.
30?
Yeah, 30.
And you guys are level 3 or 4?
3.
Okay. So actually, when you do this, Dark Israel hits the ground. His head slams into what you would be the ground, and then it just kind of just dissolves and explodes into a pile of goo.
Like that episode of G.I. Joe where Shipwreck was stuck on that island.
Yeah, that one.
Just like that.
Don't you remember that creepy one where the people were just melting in his hands? The MacGuffin, I think the episode was called.
Your memory is far too good, Doug. What is
for useless stuff like that.
I was still astride Mutt, and seeing the reverse commander get taken down, I will actually head in toward Roz while I'm flying in. Some of you might note that there's a new kind of switch on my my flamethrower, and I kind of move it around, and I begin drawing in all the heat from reverse Roz. So versus versus toughness, I hit 29.
My toughness is 19.
So then that'll be a slow effect that I'll evoke on that.
Okay.
And then Mutt will charge in for a bite. And that's probably going to miss at a 13.
Yeah, my guard's 18, if that's what it's against.
And what was your total hit again? That was a
29 on the first one, 13 on the second.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So with that, Dark Roz invokes a barrier of black energy around it. So Mutt charged in. You're on Mutt.
Mm-hmm.
Just clarifying. So what does your damaging barrier do?
It does. I think it's not a whole lot. It's 1d8.
All right.
Or you can choose to. It can do damaging, obscuring, hindering, or mobile.
It's damaging. So
yeah.
So
1d8.
All right. So Mutt and Bunny take a point of damage as this black energy kind of cascades over you. And then Dark Bunny, which is funny. What is your attack with your flamethrower, Ted? Bunny?
2d6.
Okay.
Well, it's my agility. It's what I roll. So.
All right. And that's versus guard or toughness?
As flame, it is versus guard.
Okay. So a 15, does that hit any of you?
Nope.
No.
I didn't think so. So Dark Bunny actually does something I don't know if you've ever seen Bunny do, and he actually tries to like hose you all down with the flamethrower.
I've done it twice.
So this is like versus guard.
Yeah, but you're not in there yet.
Okay.
Because Bunny went first.
Because that would have hit.
So now Dr. Lucy shows up.
Okay.
Do you need to enter a battle trance first?
I should probably do that, yes. But I can do that as a minor action. And so then I know a thing or two about attacking with entropy. So I'm going to touch Roz and cast an aura of protection against entropy at power level 5, which increases your defense scores by 6 against entropy attacks.
Whoa. All of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
But just against entropy attacks.
Okay.
You're a better fighter than I am.
We'll see.
I have a feeling my magic's not going to do much here.
So, well, now things get interesting because you come in, you do that, right? And now you're looking at a twisted version of yourself. A little mishappen, a little misshaped, completely dressed as a dominatrix. Does not look like a doctor at all.
I did not think that that's where Darkme would go with this, but all right, I have my attention.
And she
Raz
just
does a double take. Like,
what? What is your entropy power?
5.
5. Okay, and you have another 3 you can add to that, right?
Are we just going with Aether, or are we going with also corruption?
Also corruption.
7 total.
All right, here's where things will get fun, I think. So you have 5. So it's 5 plus 7?
Yes.
Well, it stops at 10. You're gonna extrapolate there, Dave, or you're gonna actually stop it at 10?
Oh no, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually work that way. It's 5.
It's advantage, not.
Oh, okay, all right. That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Still gonna be a lot of dice, but.
Yeah. So much so that I actually need more. It's all right. It's gonna be good times.
Those are always words you want to hear the game master say.
The bag of devouring will provide, Dave.
Yeah. All right. Yes, it will. Well, so far it's not too bad.
But you're still rolling dice.
Oh, you know what? I kind of messed something up though. So, oh no, all the maths, because there's advantages, there's disadvantages. I have to balance them all out.
If she rolls enough damage, she might burn herself out and we not have to worry about her anymore, so.
But in doing so, she might burn out one of us.
It all depends on how that works. All right, so you got 5. Wait a minute, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you guys. So that's gonna. So it's only gonna be that. All right. Sorry.
have any of us been hit yet?
Israel for a little bit.
Mutt and Bunny took a point of damage from Reverse Raz's barrier.
There was no indication that is mirrored, right? You know what I'm saying? Like when we hit them, we get hurt. Or, there's nothing like that going on.
You have not seen that yet.
Okay. You keep saying yet. It's scaring me.
No, that's the point. It's supposed to.
That is the DM's best friend.
Yeah. You haven't seen the horrific pictures of you getting mutilated yet.
All right, so this might hurt a little bit. So 26 against Resolve.
Dang.
For all of you.
All of us?
Yeah.
What kind? Is it an entropy attack?
It is absolutely an entropy attack.
I got 28 resolve against that.
I need to check.
Get out of here, entropy.
So basically, just this dark energy, and it's actually blacker than the darkness surrounding you guys. Just issues out from Dark Dr. Lucy, and just rips at all of you.
Well, I don't know how much damage I took when I was shot, so I might be down.
You only
wasn't it a 3 because you hit 21?
Yes, it was.
This is minimum 3 damage.
Because we haven't played for 6 years. So how do I?
I have 1 point left then.
So 1 hit point left.
Yeah, I took 3 points damage earlier, and we just took 26.
Okay.
So
No. You subtract your resolve from that.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Oh,
believe me, if I took 26 points of damage, I'd be down.
Man, scared to crap. I'm like, what?
Okay, so how much damage are we supposed to take before a resolve?
It's 26, and then you subtract your resolve from it.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay,
And
that was the damage.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if anybody took more than 10 points of damage or 10 or more damage, let me know.
It's me.
Yeah, I took exactly 10.
Okay.
But Krizik, I didn't think Krizik was in there yet.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah, I
Chris
didn't get to go yet.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. See,
And
there's
now he's
benefit
never
to going
going
last in initiative.
So, Bunny, you will have disadvantage 1 on anything you try. So
Okay.
you can take that.
All right. Is that going to be the same thing for Mutt?
It will be.
Was Mutt counted in as the targets, or are you targeting
yes.
just people's? Okay.
How's Mutt doing for hit points?
I'm at 4. He's at 1.
Excellent. All right, and now Krizik appears.
Okay. So, what am I doing? Just attacking whoever? Am I being
That is
attacked?
up to you. So you saw what happened. Through the obsidian portal.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was changing a diaper at that point, so I'm imagining I'm just like jumping through a portal and
Okay.
attacking a.
You witnessed Dr. Lucy's dark self, who is Dr. Lucy is always covered head to toe in clothing. Her dark self is not, and just unleashed this huge burst of dark energy that just ripped through your companions.
Except for Roz.
Because of your help,
And
I
Ross
would
has a
get
goatee now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dark tie is dead, turned to the bush, and there's a dark everybody else there.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Including you, right?
Well, I can't play around with this, so I'm gonna have to kill Dark Me, because otherwise there's gonna be a lot of trouble. So I'm going to go for a super telekinetic amplified punch. So I'm not using any psychic energy on the enemy me. I'm using it on the me to accelerate my. In fact, I'm going to make it into a super ninja kick. All right.
A super ninja kick.
I respect that.
That's right.
Somebody's been watching Iron Fist.
Oh, for crying out loud. 27.
What is your guard?
I have to go against my guard. My guard is 20.
Okay, so you do 7 points of damage with your ninja kick. So it is a lot like Iron Fist when he hits Luke Cage. So you heard him, but you're like, wow,
Iron
that
foot.
should hurt way more than that.
Iron foot.
So we need to bring down Dr. Lucy, because I certainly can't take another one of those.
So I guess what did you actually
before I
roll?
did my attack?
What did you roll for that, Bill?
27.
No, I know that, but what were the dice?
Oh, 20 and 2 8s.
So is that 2d10?
No, 2d10. 2d8s.
2d8s. Gotcha. Okay. Because yourself is going to return the same thing to you. He's like, oh, finally, someone is doing this right. Oh, this is going to hurt a lot.
That's always good when you hear the DM say that.
Why do I get better rolls against myself than myself? I don't. This is a conundrum.
Because you haven't given into the dark powers like he has. So he's got warlock levels.
So 34 against your guard.
Yeah, he took the Grand Poobah Turkey's help. How much did you just roll?
34.
The 8 diamond exploded.
Wow.
And I had a 17 on the D20.
That's 14 damage.
Yep.
So
I've
he
got
returns
4
the
points.
kick. He returns the kick. He spins with the kick you give him, and he comes all the way around and does a hook kick to you. And as he hook kicks you, he wraps his heel around the backside of your head, and then just slams your face into the ground.
See, I would know how to defend against that, but Chrisick sucks.
So you are now prone.
Yeah. Yeah, bend over and take what I got to give you. Or take what I got to give me, apparently. Oh, this is going to be bad. And the children are going to be disgusting.
So with that, we'll go back to Israel.
I'm going to shoot Krizik.
He's always wanted to do this.
Krizik, right?
Yeah, sure, Dark.
I was going to make it funnier, but I can't top that.
Although, yeah, I guess Commander would probably be like, well, if Krizik dies and he's almost dead, then the Dark One will probably disappear.
I don't think that logic
just to
checks
be
out.
certain.
I might like the Dark One. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe we should be a little PC, reverse or opposite.
I got a 21 on my roll to hit.
What's your guard, Krizik?
20.
Yeah, so I just barely.
So you do 3 points. That's the minimum. So Dark Krizik does some, or Reverse Krizik does some matrix like maneuvers, and it just barely like skins along his abdomen.
And then I'll say, "Damn, I shot the wrong one."
And you guys didn't think Israel had a sense of humor.
Who says it's humor?
Yeah.
So Raz is up.
pocket after the lobotomized
Okay,
it.
so I'll tell you what I would like to do, and you tell me how this is going to work mechanically. So, seeing as how, the Dark Dr. Lucy attacked our resolve, and seeing that, the regular Dr. Lucy was so affected at it, I'm thinking her resolve is low. So I would like to rush up to the Dark Dr. Lucy, provoke her because it's versus her resolve.
Okay.
So she'll have disadvantage to attacking anybody but me, and make a barrier around both of us that would both damage and hinder us.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that would all play out.
So you like so this is how I envision. Roz kind of like runs up to Dr. Lucy, like punches the ground and invoking her barrier through her mechanical arm through the Etherfeist arm, and basically a wall of energy springs up, a globe of energy springs up,
Right.
Of pure ether, pouring into it. Both of you are taking the damage, and
hindered. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah, and
slowed if we try to move away.
okay, and you're just kind of like, come at me, sis.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So is that preventing her magic from getting out, or?
No, hindering just means they are slowed. They move at half speed while within the barrier, and also will take 1d8 damage within the barrier.
So
And
you
then
both. Oh,
The provoking will make her have disadvantage against anybody but me, but I have to actually roll that. That's presence versus resolve, so I will do that now. And that is, let's see, 24, 33.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely provoking her.
Okay.
So you each are going to take damage now.
Yep.
And that guy just exploded.
Okay.
So you each just take 15 points of damage.
Okay. Now, is that just straight off hit points, or is it like versus? It's just the damage.
Yeah, that's straight damage.
Okay, is it 15?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still good.
Dr. Lucy, how many hit points do you have?
20.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay, so it is now Dark Raz's turn.
I thought he went after me, or she went after I did.
Oh, that's true. Go ahead.
So I need to know, like, am I gonna get damaged if I go through that barrier, Roz?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you get damage. Yeah, any creature who
All right, so there's a
ends
barrier.
the turn within or willingly enters it suffers the
All right,
damage.
so there's a barrier around both Roz's that contains Dark Lucy, that pretty much leaves me going after, my dark self.
Well, no, the barrier's only around Roz and Lucy.
Dark Lucy.
Dark Lucy.
Regular Raz and Dark Lucy, and then Bunny and Dark Raz.
Okay, but I thought Roz put up something last round.
No. That was when we first came in the temple. I said I just had a barrier.
No. Dark Roz hit me with a barrier. Is that not still there?
Yeah, you're in it.
Oh, okay, so all right.
They're separate barriers, though.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have one last huzzah before I go down. Let's see what winds up transpiring here. Nothing like disadvantage. All right, so that is probably going to miss at a 19 versus guard.
I think so.
18
That's because
is
he
Raz's guard.
stuff.
Was it?
18 is her guard.
Okay, so then Mutt lands an attack. So 3 damage.
Okay.
And nerds to the other one because that's barely double digits.
All right.
I'm done.
So Dark Roz gives you a smirk. And what is your punch normally, Roz?
Might versus guard with a knockdown special effect.
Yeah, but what did I rank?
Oh, I have 4 might, so it's 1d10 is the dice. It's just an action. It's just her attack.
Yep, that's all we need.
Oh, okay.
So, son of a bitch. So, that's an 8.
8?
An 8.
Okay, you missed.
He rolls with it.
Yeah, so she totally misses as you guys kind of duck out of the way. But the barrier gets you for 14.
14 versus, or for just 14 damage.
The 14 damage, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, we're down.
So basically, you know, what you guys see is Dark Roz, or the bubble that contains Dark Roz, just kind of moves and washes over a fallen Mutt and Bunny. And you no longer see the Dark Bunny and Dark Mutt either.
Interesting.
Would somebody give me, you guys that are up, give me perception checks, but I want to say you have disadvantage 1 because you're kind of distracted.
Let's see whether you see Dark Bunny on the outside.
See. Ooh, no, 6.
18.
Seven.
Okay, so the 18, you think you see something slide along the ground towards Mutt and Bunny. And then Dark Roz kind of like steps away, and then you watch as Bunny and Mutt just kind of begin to fade away.
The real Bunny and Mutt?
Yes. So what does that bring us to, Dr. Lucy?
Can I get over there in time to heal him before he disappears?
No.
Okay.
You basically watched him vanish.
In that case, man, I was sitting here planning on healing him the entire time. I was waiting for my turn. Let me recalibrate really quick. Let's see. Aura is sustain persists, so I have to focus to keep that going. Then those. Who else needs to heal?
Krizik may only have 4 hit points left.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
Go heal,
got face planted into the ground.
4-7.
7 what?
No, 4-7.
46.
It's just 7. 7 total.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
So that brings us to Dr. Lucy, or Dark Dr. Lucy. And she turns and looks at Lucy, and she kind of like hisses and coos in your direction. Come now, let our friend out, let him come play. And she is going to.
Unlike you, I'm not weak enough to need him.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, sick burn.
What is your will score?
Me?
No, Dr. Lucy.
Right now, while I'm in battle trance. Will. Okay. 3.
Okay, so give me a will score. We're going to do an opposed will.
Remember, she has disadvantage too if she's focusing on somebody other than me.
Oh, that is true. All right.
20.
She's got a 15. You feel her words and feel her kind of trying to reach into your mind and open the cage that contains hiss. But the bars are slammed. The door is slammed tight and shut, and you bar the way as you win the psychic duel. So that brings us to. Is that you now, Roz?
All right. Well, I'll keep my barrier up with sustaining that, and then I'll get out my baseball bat and just try to boom, pow, 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 dark Dr. Lucy upside the head while she's distracted.
All right. So you each take 3.
Okay. I'm still fine. A-okay. And that is. I just had 3 explosions on my D10. 51.
51. That's so the dice are not the only thing that explodes. I think you just knocked Dark Dr. Lucy's head clear off.
Nice.
Like you guys outside of the barrier see Dr. Lucy's head go flying through the air, you know, moments before it kind of dissipates.
Oddly cathartic.
It was.
Goal!
That's a home run. I'm gonna run the
What
bases.
do they call it in charge ball? Charge ball. Fucking Aether ball, sorry. Oh my god.
That was for you, Vanguard. Hope you're winning.
Nice. So that would bring us to.
Well, I guess I still have move,
You
right?
do still have move.
Now, what? Now, let's see. There's no Dark Israel. There's no Dark Bunny. The real Bunny faded away, right? Or is he still
He faded away.
down? Krizik and Commander. Who is the most beleaguered? Like, does anybody have anybody on them right now? Like, focused on them?
Krizik is fighting himself, and he's looking.
Okay. Then I would use my move to run over by him and just try to, like, interpose myself between Dark Krizik and him if I can.
Okay.
Or at least give him another target.
You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
So Krizik is up.
Okay. Who else is left besides Dark Krizik? Who the other dark ones left?
Raz.
It's Dark Raz.
Let's switch it up, man.
Let's combine efforts.
Oh, more of that.
Dark Raz into Dark Krizik.
Wow.
Like, I'm actually planning on committing murder here.
Be like Ron Silver in Time Cap.
So how are you going to do that?
It's apparently let's say the teleportation is, it's just counted as a movement action.
Okay, so you will have disadvantage 1 because
Come on.
you're affecting more than one creature.
No, I'm affecting one creature. I can't affect Krizik.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't affect him?
I can't use any kind of psychic attacks against Krizik.
No.
We're completely immune. So that's why I actually did the ninja kick. So I don't, attributes is movement. I don't have to actually roll for anything. So it's literally just point and click.
yeah, I would still make it a resolve attack because he's going to resist it.
Look, that's your choice. You're the GM.
So just make a movement attack.
Okay, so that's 20, 24.
24. Okay, so it's actually not an actual like attack. It's just a DC. So so you were able to do that. You pour Raz into Krizik's space, and you know, two objects cannot occupy the same space. So basically, Dark Krizik just gets exploded by Raz and her barrier.
Damn it!
And then Raz is also going to take some of that damage as well.
That's fine.
As she rips through Dark Krizik, and he's just like totally covered in this black ichor and basically all these like rips and scratches and tears.
And I'm laying underneath both of them.
Yeah, you're underneath both of them.
Did you say I would take some damage too because I'm standing there? Or did you mean Dark Raz?
No, Dark Krizik.
Dark Raz.
Oh, okay.
Dark Raz. Yeah.
But that being said, there is the matter of the barrier that she has up. So a point of dark energy damage entropy.
All right.
For each of you. So that
Even with the resistance for Ross?
It's just damage. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
attack the actual.
It's not like an attack
So
against your.
I take that too.
defense.
Yeah. Just a point. And yes, and Dark Raz is looking beleaguered and does not look bad. Does not look good at all. And Israel, you're up.
Well, my pistol's empty, so I will holster it. I will run over to Dark Raz, and
Sorry, if that just took my movement, don't I get an attack? Or does that count as since I
think that was
set
an
my
action
movement
that
for something
your
else?
power has.
So be it.
I will
So
run over to
sometime.
Dark. I will run over to Dark Raz and stab my sword into the dark bubble. Hopefully, also hitting Raz at the same time, and I'm invoking.
Hey, Dark Raz.
Yes, Dark Raz. I'm invoking.
Yeah, sure.
I'm invoking my nullify power as I do so.
Okay.
So that would be protection. My protection versus his resolve. Let's see. Where is my protection? There it is. I got a 25 on. Well, I don't know if I'm rolling to hit or if I'm just rolling on my nullify.
Well, the 25 definitely will definitely nullify. So
Okay.
the barrier fizzles.
Okay.
And I will let you follow through with a with a second attack.
Okay. I only got an 18.
That is my card.
Yeah, so that is 3 points of damage, and so the tip of your sword meets a little bit of resistance as it hits the sternum on Roz, and then just slides down just below the breastbone and through. And black ichor begins to like shoot out of her mouth, and then she just turns into a amorphous blob of darkness and falls to the ground in a puddle.
Nice.
Believe it or not, I will go over and help Krizik up.
Okay, RPing. I'm actually going to rip my hand away from you and say, "Don't touch Krizik. Don't touch Krizik." And at first, you think maybe he's just pissed off at you because you're you. But in reality, I'm like Krizik is trying to settle with himself that he just committed murder, even if they're not real-ish. He just took lives.
And
Does
with
he say that? Or he just...
No, it's since I'm going to say that's actually a really good question. Since Krizik isn't fully in control of himself right now because of what happened, and he's trying to get feeling back in his legs, my mind is going to talk more than just my mouth. Hear it more than anything else, like inside.
Well, I guess, knowing Krizik and knowing that that is an issue for him too, I might go over to him and say, Krizik, perhaps in defeating that you excised a dark part of yourself. Maybe not murder, but cleansing yourself.
Well, Israel will look down at him and say, "You more than anyone should know about illusions. That wasn't real. You didn't harm anyone."
Sometimes emotions don't make the most sense in the world. Perhaps what he needs is space.
Maybe this is what Dr. Lucy deal with every waking moment. That was a really cool RP moment since a lot of us don't have legend points. Just saying we're going to a final battle.
Did you spend yours? I've had it for sessions. I just never spent it.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, I spent mine.
Yeah, we got that like a while ago.
Everyone that does not have a legend point can have one. You guys are now standing, on a shattered sheet of obsidian, and Bunny is like laying in the center with Mutt unconscious.
Good, I'm gonna go heal him.
Yeah, rush over to him. He's okay.
Walk it off.
Yeah, let's all give him a heal.
14.
14 hit points back.
Can't hear you.
He's just asking if you're 14.
Oh.
Is that 14 hit points back?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you still
My D6 exploded.
pretty hurt?
I'm down 6. Mutt is still down 18.
All right, I'll go over to Mutt and be like, he doesn't look so bad to me, and that's my heal. 9?
Oh, nice.
I don't think he's as damaged as you thought, Bunny. And he'll get up and kind of shake his little chain tongue and stuff.
So what happened?
Not quite sure.
One of the monks is you all foolishly dove into whatever that was, and we watched you do battle, and you fell to yourself.
It isn't foolish to help your companions. We saw the commander in trouble.
It seemed unwise to us.
Yeah, I've never been accused of being wise.
So you would leave your friend to whatever fate?
Why would we doom all of us for one?
Perhaps
He's our
that's the
leader.
problem world faces now. That kind of attitude.
Because if you lived a little more boldly, maybe you wouldn't have spent the last 1,000 years in the outskirts of a nowhere land doing nothing.
It isn't a weakness to care about one another.
I'm not saying it is, but how do you know you would have been able to get out of there?
We didn't.
But we trust each other.
So what happened to the other version of me?
That's a good question.
I
That-
saw
Actually, I didn't see it, so sorry.
a piece of it moving toward your limp form after you went down. I'm not entirely certain what happened after that.
So am I me? Or am
Do you
I
feel like
the
you?
other one? How would I know?
You would know better than any of us. When I'm talking to Hiss, there is certainly a sense of back and forth, a tug of war, if you will. Do you feel like you have the same values you did before you went into the glass?
Do I feel any different, Dave?
You feel the same. You know, you feel a little cold and a little colder than you felt before, and a little, you know, a little rattled probably from the experience. But you feel like you.
So I feel cold, but I don't know whether that's the environment or switching back and forth through. Are we still like at the obsidian?
Yeah, it's shattered all around you.
I
Does
drape my
anyone
jacket over Bunny's shoulders, and I say, "You are still you, my friend."
Does anyone have any alcohol?
Yes. I'll take a swig and pass it over to Izzy.
Well, Israel's not going to drink it, but he'll pass it to Bunny and say, "Here, have a drink. That'll warm you up."
Lucy's gonna step aside and just straight up ignore the fact that all the corruption on her arms is showing, and hope nobody else comments on it.
So I thought this was not a good idea for Bunny.
Just one drink.
We just fought evil dark mirrors of ourselves. I think it's okay.
Okay, but if there's dancing, you're to blame.
Sure. And as soon as he takes that one drink, I will take the bottle out of his hands.
Afterwards, I will take a look at the obsidian. Does it look anything more than stone at this point in time? The glass?
No, it looks like obsidian.
Oh, what the hell! Israel will take a swig from the bottle and hand it back to Roz.
I was just gonna say that. Good on you, Commander. Anyone else? Come on.
All right.
All right. I'll pass it around. Krizik.
Let Hiss have a drink.
Krizik needs
Hiss
to
doesn't
remain
drink.
walking.
Hiss doesn't know what fun means.
I'm pretty certain Krizik doesn't drink.
If Krizik drink, Krizik cannot walk.
Just one sip. Come on. Live a little.
Peer pressure.
We'll get you a Walmart chair.
I'll carry you if I have to.
A Walmart cart. No, I'm good.
So there's only one way out of this chamber.
Did you see that?
Wow!
Did you see that cat attack?
Wow.
I
Somebody
don't
used
feel
the
as bad for all the barking anymore.
At least you don't get attacked.
It did. He just dove from his little cat tree over there.
That was a
really
drive-by
funny.
catnip.
Yeah, maybe.
One of the monks speaks up. I believe you are celebrating prematurely.
It wasn't a celebration. It was a little bit of courage.
If I am any judge of courage, your party has it in overabundance.
Thank you.
Hopefully that will be enough.
So, the obsidian share, what's under it? Just like dirt or stone? Was it just
Stone,
covering
floor.
like a stone floor?
Yeah.
Are there any sigils or markings down there to, kind of depict what had actually transpired or any of that stuff?
So if you're gonna you investigate it, the floor is kind of it was set into the floor in perfect hexagon, and as you pull away the obsidian, what you find is inlaid is basically almost like two lines, making almost like a little track on the inside of it, and there's etchings and writings in it, and it is some kind of dark metal that it's written in. But the language, although you can't read it unless you do something that helps you, but just looking at it seems obscene.
Even though the glass is destroyed, can we mar that in any way?
I'll try scraping it with my sword while also using my nullify power on it at the same time.
Okay, give me a roll.
Okay. $24.
Okay, so it's actually when you do that, you kind of like scrape with your sword and it makes this grinding sound, and there's a flare of white light to either side of the blade, and it's almost like you ever seen a spider web catch fire?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's kind of like that where it's almost like it was taut and it just like snaps to either side of the blade away from it, and there's just a little flare of that white light as it kind of like begins to eradicate any markings that were there.
Yay! That's interesting. I'll put away the sword and reload my gun.
All right. So I guess we continue forward.
Well, before we do, Krizik, are you okay?
Meaning I healed myself.
Well, you were kind of, let's just say, shook up for a moment there.
Aw. I almost want to give you a kiss on the cheek, Israel.
You don't have to go that far.
And he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, yeah.
So with that, you find the tunnel actually kind of skirts to one of the sides, and now you feel like you're winding downward in a wide spiral. And you travel that way for several hours with nothing interrupting, nothing going on. And the monks get more and more uneasy because this is completely different than the layout of the ziggurat when they occupied it. There should be rooms, there should be chambers, and up ahead the light gets a little bit brighter after traveling for quite some time, and that energy, that feeling becomes a little more intense, becomes stronger.
Did you say we travel for hours?
He did.
Yes.
Can we heal up fully within that time? Like stop every now and then and rest and heal up?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Have those markings and etchings on the wall, they continue the whole way? I mean, I'm not going to scan for hours, but every so often kind of like.
Yeah, they're there, and they're always different. They're always changing.
What I would like to keep an eye out for is like any of the I have a vague player memory, but wasn't like way back there was like a bunch of sigils or symbols, and there was like a missing one or something like that, or that all fit together. I want to keep an eye out for those symbols from back then.
Yes, they're the very original first session. You guys,
Yeah.
One of the things that was uncovered was the seal that the cities made.
Yeah, so just anything that reminds me of that, like whether it's one of those ones in particular or something similar like that, that might have been the missing one.
Okay. So finally, you get to an opening, and it is a vast chamber. It is pretty empty except for these huge pillars that seem to run from the floor to the ceiling, and it's almost like the ziggurat's been hollowed out. Your eyes are instantly drawn to the center of the chamber. There are 10 of those golems standing in a circle, and they seem to be holding something in their hands, and pouring from their eyes, which their eyes kind of blaze that eerie yellow color, is an eerie light, and it's hitting the thing in their hands. And then from there, it's shooting the center of the circle. So it almost looks like a wheel with spokes of this eerie light energy. And on a pedestal in the center of that circle is it looks like an enormous diamond, like the largest gemstone you've ever seen, except for it's missing pieces to it. It's missing 10 pieces. And now that you have time to examine it, each of those stone golems, they're carrying one of those, they're holding one of those pieces. The top of the gemstone is actually intact, and it almost, running from the center down to the pedestal, it looks like a stem. So it, almost looks like a mushroom made out of diamond. And just looking at it, you just know those pieces would fit into that stone.
Shoot a golem.
Go ahead.
Israel doesn't care. He's going to shoot a golem and go for a disarm.
Okay. Well, shooting straight up from the diamond is a pillar of dark energy, dark light that goes up into the distance. I know, we'll get there.
No, that's okay.
And
I'm not in a hurry. Israel is.
On the other side of the circle of golems is, it looks like one of the stone golems, only it's enormous. It has 2 rows of 5 yellow eyes, and it looks like someone basically took 5 of these golems and mashed them together, like 10 arms, 10 legs. And as you guys are entering the chamber, you see the sight. Israel's going for his gun. A booming voice. Finally, the sword, the dragon, the tinkerer, the warrior, and the psychic have arrived. Our time is at hand. And make your shot.
26.
So 26 takes one of the stone golems right in the head and actually blows its head off, right? Explodes. And one of the spokes disappears, and the temple kind of begins to rattle and shake a little bit.
I see the commander's example. I'm like, okay, and I'll take a shot at another one.
I was going for a disarm too, but that works.
Oh, you did say disarm.
Well, hey, if it blows,
that's one way to disarm them.
Yeah.
This head, and with that, from the walls, like almost like they're just like melting out of them. More of those golem things start to appear. And
how many golems are there?
There's 10 in the circle, but now they're starting to appear out of the walls. And
so are there a bunch that are close together that I could fire at a cone?
Yes, you could. There's also the giant one that appears to be kind of like orchestrating things, and that spoke. And
he's up above.
No, he's on the other side, basically like on it looks like almost like I don't want to say stool. It's more like not a throne. It's more like a stool with a back to it. And, as Israel shoots, he stands up and begins striding forward. And he's got this weird like millipede walk because of all the legs. So give me initiatives.
While we're doing that, I missed, you said when he shot the thing, did the light coming from that golem go out?
It did, and then the temple began to shake.
Okay, but it's still holding the thing that we think fits in the diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a 25 for initiative.
I got a 23.
I'll put it in the chat here. I got 15.
All right, so it looks like the 25 is going to go first.
All right, so am I able to get the guy on the throne in a cone, or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I hit 5 of them with a 49 versus their toughness.
Okay, so
4 regular ones and the dude on the throne.
Okay. Well, that's going to hurt some people.
Very, very rarely are you going to get a double 20. But it happens.
If it were going to happen, now is the time.
So, well, are you going to? So you can invoke a bane with that.
So that's going to be slow. I use my ice. These guys don't look like they're going to burn.
Okay. All right. So the 4 of them ice over, and they're basically statues, and the light goes out in them. So 5 spokes are now gone from the wheel, and the temple is really starting to shake now. The big bad, you hit him, and like one of his arms just like shatters off.
Nice.
He roars, not in pain as much as anger. Oh, all right, Ty, what are you doing? Israel.
Okay, I'm going to look over my shoulder to Krizik and say, Krizik, if this place starts to come down, grab the doctor and teleport out of here.
F the rest of you guys.
Well, Bunny can fly. Roz is tough. I don't really matter. So, and then he'll take another shot going for a disarm at another golem, and got an 18.
18 is not going to disarm it. Just blast off a chunk of its forearm.
Okay.
So with that, the monks kind of pour around you guys, and now everybody was like kung fu fighting with the other golems that are kind of like pouring around.
Oh, so they are actually able to go into action. They're not just not just words. That's something.
No, they immediately set about taking down the other golems that you guys would have to wade your way through. So they're kind of like creating a channel for you.
How tall are these other golems, and how tall is the big one?
Oh, the other ones are like 12 feet tall, but he is probably like 20 feet tall.
And I've made him angry. Excellent.
Yes, you have. So he kind of like scurries forward and then like squats down and just leaps into the center of you guys with all 9 of those arms now just flailing around. All right, so he will be attacking guards. Not well, mind you. So 7, 16, 21. Just pummels the area where all of you guys are at. 21 against guard.
That's 3 for me.
3 for me as well.
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
Did I hear sneezing? Bless you, somebody.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of sickies.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight off whatever's coming my way.
Get patient 0 there. Got everybody sick.
I think so. So that's what he does, and he kind of roars, "I will feast on all of you mortals. Your efforts are futile." So I think that brings us to Dr. Lucy.
Okay. I am going to bring to bear just straight up raw entropy, and I am tapping everything I've got for this.
Interesting.
Oh, good. I swear to God, if I end up healing this thing, I'm going to be so angry with myself. Okay, and I nat 20.
Stronger.
Okay, so that's 43 without tapping the Aether. Which I'll do it anyway, but probably gonna die.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm actually not rolling anything higher than what I already rolled, though, so... Yeah, 43.
43. How does that leave you?
Let's see. I'm going against my own resolve, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm getting out a calculator.
Uh-oh. That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Bunny.
Yeah.
Give me.
I'm good. I'm probably cackling a little bit madly, but I'm good. I'm not down.
Give me a will check.
A will check?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say no. It's a 4.
I have no will.
Nice. All right, Bunny. You are now Dark Bunny.
Oh no.
Act accordingly.
All right.
That was not my fault.
Surrender.
All right. So that was Dr. Lucy. That leaves us with Raz. Kind of a scuzzy lady. What's she gonna do?
All right, I got a hunch. Now, this is a pretty big chamber, so let me tell you what I would like to do. I would like to get the little shard out of the golem whose head Israel blew off, and rush up to the diamond and try to put it in one of the spaces where it goes.
Okay.
Is that feasible within a turn?
Yeah, I think you could do that as well. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
So actually, if that's your only action, I will let you do 2 of them if you want.
Let me do 1 and see if there's any effect first, and then I'll go from there.
Okay, so you do the 1, and you feel like there's a little bit of a silver vein in that dark beam of energy now.
Then I'll do another 1.
All right, so it kind of expands a little bit.
Yeah. So it's turning the dark to light.
Dr. Lucy, you would have been able to invoke an effect, a Bane, with that roll. So,
all right, can I do immobile? Shadow tendrils.
Yes, you can.
Is that going to do anything? Because he's already in the center of us.
It will keep it from moving.
Yeah, if we step back out of reach and you guys start shooting him.
Okay.
All right. So the golems in the middle, they're not doing anything but holding the stones. They seem focused on that. The other ones are fighting the monks. They basically have created a circle for you guys to operate within, and that brings us to Professor Bill, I believe.
Okay. Well, after that happened, I would like to shout to Krizik and say, and like point to the like, Krizik, can you get the other? You know, I think this is the seal. Can you do your mind thing? You know, and I'll like point to the shards, like, you know, put those in the holes.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you don't have
am
to.
I capable of doing this?
I would be saying.
Nice. Plus, I can hear your thoughts anyway, so we're good.
Oh yeah.
So, am I going to be able to do this, Dave? I'd like to fly up.
There are 3 that are unattended. If you go for more than 1, it's disadvantage 1 for each extra one you go after. But they're essentially unattended, so it's only a DC 10.
Okay. I would like to do that. While I'm doing that, I know that things are going to get kind of rough, and this is only my last game to do this. So I'm going to grab onto my dog tag and whisper, Screech, come to me, my shadow. So do I get an appearance?
Well, we'll see what happens.
That's fine. In the meantime, I'm going to be flying, and I'm going to try and grab all three of them psychically and telekinetically. Should I even? Yeah, I don't want to mess with them teleportationally. So I'm going to actually try to take all three of them and throw them into this this spot. Oh, okay. So disadvantage, but I'm going to use my my legendary point.
Okay, so definitely disadvantage 1 then.
I popped one of my 8-siders, so that's. I popped it again.
Wow, man, a lot of explosion today. It's awesome.
37. I got 37.
Okay, well that definitely beats DC 10.
For all three of them. So 10, 10, 10. Okay, good.
Yeah. So no, it was DC 10 total, not for each one. It wasn't staggering. So yeah, so you easily, pluck them, from the statues that are frozen, slam them back into the gem, and that silver light begins expanding even more. Chunks of masonry and stone are falling around you guys. Give me some agility checks.
You want agility checks for me as well?
Good.
Yep, everybody.
That's my thing.
11.
15.
23.
23 as well.
This sucks. I got a 5.
Ooh,
That's
and a
almost.
legendary point.
Nah,
Oh.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, so Ty takes 11 points as a chunk of masonry hits him. So who else missed the check?
I only got 11.
All right, so you take 4. Anybody else under 15?
I was 15 exactly.
All right, then you're good. So, yeah, so blocks of masonry falling all around. Both Raz and Israel get clipped. And you know what? Let's see.
I'll turn to the commander and say, if we gotta go out saving the world, I can settle for the death like that, can't you, Commander?
And big chunk slams into the big bad monstrosity, and that you guys are surrounding right now, bounces off his shoulder.
That's considering it's worth saving.
I think we're back at the top of the order.
So does Dark Bunny know what Bunny knows?
Yes.
So I begin backpedaling, quote unquote, away from said creature, getting behind Dr. Lucy. 8, 12, 17. So 35 versus your guard.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no. I am very down.
All right. So he then picks up the dagger that you have been holding and heads towards Krizik.
Dark
Sorry,
Bunny
just
is diabolical.
pointing out, I am flying, so unless you're riding on Mutt.
Yeah, Mutt can fly.
Dark Mutt.
14. So 23 versus your guard hit.
You're a hooker.
I do have a question though. Bunny still only gets one action though, right?
Mutt bit her to bring her down. And then I flew.
Wow, that was Mutt's most effective attack ever.
Never saw that coming.
You didn't see that
You
coming?
told me to be diabolical.
You are doing that.
Yeah.
So it's a 23 hit.
Yeah, 23 hits.
All right, so I don't know
Wait,
what
you used the
what-
dagger?
I used the dagger. Yeah.
Advantage 1.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
shit.
all right, so then that's a 27.
I'm going to take 7 points of damage.
So now all of a sudden, like Mutt and Bunny burst into action, and all of a sudden they look slightly different than they did before. As he begins moving, he kind of morphs a little bit. So do you want to describe, Ted, what Dark Bunny and Mutt look like?
All right, so as opposed to like the neutral leathers, you would see him wearing, they, they're black with the flames that he ever so often uses emblazed upon them. His eyes actually kind of glow with that orange fiery red, and it almost as if there's a spectral energy around him and the tools that he uses. Mutt isn't, a misshapen scrap metal concoction, but it's smooth and sleek and terrifying looking, with oversized fangs and paws and claws.
I want my leather vest back.
He's got a racker.
So
right.
as he pulls the dagger back, he'll we gotta put some some words to this as well. So fall before my master.
Bunny's confidence issues are resolved.
Did the bunny ears look different?
No, there's no bunny ears. Clearly the self-esteem issues are associated with that are non-existent.
Right.
Well, that's an interesting twist. All right, Ty, you're up. What's Israel do response to all this?
Well, we'll call him Big Wig for anyone who gets that reference. Or General Woundwort. Okay. My pistol is empty yet again. And since Bunny's flying, I'm guessing I can't reach him.
Shoot me.
So my gun's empty. So I'll put it away. But the doctor went down?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go. Yes, rogue style. I'm going to go over and heal her using my presence, and basically I'm trying to shock her into a consciousness. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to kneel down, take her in my arms, and say, Lucilia, if any part of you can hear me, do not read too much into this, and then I'm going to kiss her.
Oh, God.
Her heart stops.
Actually, let's see. I rolled a 28 on my healing.
So, well, yeah, it just goes by your rank, and you heal by that much, right? So,
okay, well, I rank 3 then.
So rank 3 would be a die 8, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you come back with a die 8, whatever that is, and you're like, you open up, and his face is here, and his lips are planted on your lips.
All right, she's gonna smirk and say, "We'll talk about this later."
And I'm going to lean back and say, "You're not going to like to hear this, but I think it's time for the dragon."
I think you might be right.
Okay, who's next?
The bad guy is actually next.
Great.
Well, it was good being alive for the minute that I was.
Yeah. At least we'll die in each other's arms. I got an 8.
All right. Oh, that could have been much worse. Could have been better. 11, 15, 17 to guard.
And who?
All
Everybody.
of you.
Oh, miss.
I imagine he's not attacking me anymore.
No.
Okay, how much was I healed for again?
8.
8. Okay, I'm still alive, sorta.
And where's that initiative at? There it is. Okay. You are up, Dr. Lucy.
Okay, well, I am hanging on by 1 hit point, but I'm gonna see if I can tap Hiss.
Okay, what do you want to do? Let's hear it.
All right. Yeah, you see how close we both are to going down right now, right?
Yes. I can help.
Please.
I can kill them all.
Just the ones that are attacking us.
Okay, that's a good start.
Because I respect that, Bunny, but respect only takes you so far.
So Hiss comes issuing forth from you and kind of like stands over you, and now Hiss is like bigger than you've ever seen him before.
Oh dear lord!
And he kind of angles himself so that he can breathe, and he breathes a line of dark entropy energy hitting the creature as well as angling for Bunny and Mutt. So make an entropy check. It's going to be disadvantage 2. And Hiss doesn't actually hold back.
Okay, so that's like adding in the Aether and stuff then.
Yeah, Aether and corruption.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Dang. 32.
Versus what?
What do you attack usually? Tough? Is that toughness with?
It's usually toughness.
Yeah.
Well, that puts Evil Bunny down and Mutt. Ironically, exactly.
What so you can invoke a boon with that for sure.
Hold on, I'm still calculating damage to myself.
Oh, yes, because it is as if you did the attack.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty cracked right now. My sanity is like bottomed out.
Did you bottom out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's going to be. I don't know if we discussed this before or not, but that's going to be a permanent flaw on Dr. Lucy now.
Okay.
So we can discuss that in another time, or you can role play it as we go right here. Your choice. All
right, so a boon then?
Boon or bane, yeah.
Can I haste somebody?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna haste Israel because magic nonsense.
And he kissed you.
That too.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking clearly.
So Israel begins to like glow with this dark energy as it kind of leaps from Dr. Lucy's body after Hiss appears and does his epic breath weapon. The next thing that kind of happens just as the breath weapon happens is there's almost like a sonic boom as this screeching sound rips through the sound through the temple, and a silver line appears in the sky above, and it kind of just rips apart, and almost looks like a wall being shattered out, and briefly leaves a hole in the sky as this giant, enormous eagle descends out of it with like electricity crackling over its body in a power dive type maneuver. It kind of like swoops like underneath of Krizik as it goes by, as it kind of passes him, heading towards the statue with with all the arms and eyes, and slams into.
Does this thing look familiar?
Yeah, you've all seen him before.
Okay.
This is the creature from when you guys went to the Aether plane.
Oh.
And slams into into the immobilized monstrosity. Claws and beak rending and ripping at it. Chunks of stone goes flying everywhere, and then it launches itself back into the air. And Krizik, you are up.
I never got to
I
go.
just had my.
Oh, did I skip you, Roz?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So the monks are fighting the things. Did the winged thing leave, or just kind of like back, just swooped in, hit it, and then kind of...
It's still
back
there.
away.
It's hovering in the air.
All right, and Dark Bunny's down. I'm just going to keep trying to do the shards. Then.
Okay, so there are 5 more, but these ones...
6 more. Right? No, I got 2. That's right, and Krizik got 3.
So now the ones you guys did, the light was kind of like turned off. They were the golems had been disabled on those.
Oh, well then I'll go to the remaining ones and try to smash or destroy them.
Okay.
So I guess a punch is my best thing, so I'm gonna do that. I'll just try to punch his head off, like following Commander's example of blowing the other one's head off. Nice, 21. $38.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You uppercut Hayukin style.
Cool.
The head off of one. You're able to snatch up the crystal as a minor action and put it back in.
Okay, and also, I forgot I have Inspiring Champion feat. So when my damaging attack exceeds the defense by 10 or more, I can grant healing to allies.
Okay.
So it'd be a single bunny. Well, it's a single ally that can see the attack.
Yeah.
So I guess that'd be Dr. Lucy. And that'd be...
Israel's been hurt too.
Oh, okay. Which ones? Well, you
I have
guys
1 hit point.
Let's go with Dr. Lucy.
Oh, just one ally. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I thought you meant everybody.
I only got tier 1, so that's 6 hit points for you seeing me just smash this thing's head off.
I am cackling with glee.
And that's 1 more shard, so there's 4 left.
Did you max on the die?
It was a D4. I got a 4 and a 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's only a D4. I only have the tier 1.
Right, gotcha. All right, now it is Krizik's turn. Yeah, that's everything for you, right, Doug?
Yep.
Okay, so what's left?
There's 4 shards left.
There's 4 shards.
4 shards that what?
The Grand Poobah is still there fighting.
Okay. And then there's the big bad, right?
Yeah, he's fighting the winged thing that you guys befriended.
All right, let's try and destroy these shards. How's Bunny? Bunny's still unconscious and still has the darkness inside of him?
Bunny is unconscious again. To what that means, I have no idea.
All right, slight precognizance. If I wake up Bunny, what the hell's it called?
What version of Bunny will you get?
Yeah, my precognition. 1 minute in advance. So good idea or bad idea? If I wake up Bunny. Bad idea. Okay, done. So, oh, jeez.
Sucks to be you, Bunny.
Up kind of away from the action. No. I know what everybody's psychic imprint looks like. So I'm going to go inside of Bunny's mind. He's awake in there somewhere. And I'm going to see everything that's wrong, even if it's completely reversed. And I'm just going to set everything right again. And then try and,
what you see when you enter there is Grand Poobah Turkey. Basically with a tentacle with strings coming off of it, and almost like he's using Bunny like a marionette. So you could challenge him for control.
I will
do it, Krizik.
do that.
Okay. All right, so you can use your psychic ability or your will, whichever you choose.
Yeah, I'm going to choose psychic ability. It's just a little bit better. Jeez, almost. Okay, so 15, so 30. I got a 30.
$27. You're able to cut the strings and push him out.
Nice.
Impressive.
All right. And then I want to just literally put him behind me. In fact, I'm going to wake him up, but I'm going to stick around and try and fight this guy directly because, yeah, way cooler. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pull him out and try and wake up Bunny. If I have to, if I can give him what do you call it? Hit points also.
Yeah, the only way to wake Bunny up is to actually heal him because he was knocked unconscious.
Do I have that ability? I mean, I have the ability to heal. Can I do that also?
I'm going to say the mental contest with the creature is probably your action.
Okay.
So you basically have a move and a minor action you could do now.
Okay, minor actions like pick something up. Like the dagger. I wonder if Grand Poobah Turkey Goose would like his dagger back. And I'm going to find out as I charge right towards him at full flight speed.
Okay, and you have his dagger? Excellent.
Yep. I think he would make a very nice sheath for the dagger.
All right, Israel.
So Bunny's down. I will, because she's cackling maniacally in my arms, Israel will put down the doctor.
Probably a sound decision.
Then go over and pick up Bunny and say, Bunny, if any part of you can hear me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I will go up to one of the stone golems and try to disarm it of the gem. I think there's 4 left, aren't there?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't a good roll, but that was. I got an 18.
So you take another chunk off of one.
Okay.
But it is still there, still doing its thing. Bunny, you're up, so you can actually act.
Am I actually up? I don't think I had any hit points.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I thought Ty changed what he was doing. That's why, right?
Yeah. I did not kiss Bunny.
It only works via kiss. Sorry, head cold. I'm still.
Yeah, I don't think the commander is able to kiss a kobold, regardless of how much growth he's had.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's grown a lot, but that's a bridge too far.
Well, as long as he doesn't tell, it's fine.
He might have kissed Mutt though.
So how many of you are actually near? Well, you know what? No, he's going to do something completely different. He looks at Screech.
I thought Screech flew away.
He just swooped and hit him and then backed off from being right next to him.
So he turns his attention to Screech. You should not have interfered. This is not your place. You don't belong here.
And before Screech becomes the new god of this world.
Excuse me?
And before Screech becomes the new god of this world.
So it begins pummeling at Screech. Feathers are flying all over the place, and then Screech gets slammed into the ground. And Screech is still conscious and aware, but took a bit of a beating. And also, the creature is able to shake off that immobilizing effect. The strands that were wrapped around them kind of burst free. And then that will bring us to, is that Dr. Lucy, Megan?
Yeah. I am going to go to Bunny. I am going to pick him up by the lapels of my own jacket, heal him for... that fell off the thing. Okay. Heal him for 6 and say, I need this to sink in to the most logical part of your brain. I deeply respect your decision to go after me first, but if you ever betray me like that again, there won't be pieces big enough for them to find. And then I set them down.
That's your healing. he's healing through fear.
Funny is like I so wish the commander would have helped me, healed me.
So do I know what I did, or am I just coming conscious without knowing what's going on?
You do have memories, yes.
We'll talk about this after.
Indeed.
What is Hiss doing?
Hiss is probably attacking the big thing. Because that is what Hiss does. Because Hiss doesn't care if he damages my mind more than it already is. Which is fine by me at this point, because we're all going to die anyway.
So this time Hiss is going to throw himself physically, bodily at it with claw and fang. But you can still you can attack with the same numbers. But only just hard this time.
So do I go late in the order, or am I out for the round?
You can go after Hiss.
It's 22.
Okay. So 22 does the minimum damage. It's like shredding and ripping at him. But he doesn't seem particularly bothered. What is Bunny doing?
With all of the rubble and stuff that is around, I will get behind it and blast the big creature with a jet of ice. That is 22 versus toughness.
Okay. So minor effect on it, does the minimum damage. You freeze another block of, section of it just breaks off. And Raz is up. And you're muted.
Sorry. A lot of sneezing and coughing. Krizik, when you said you flew at the big guy, was that in Bunny's mind or the big mashed up creature in the real world?
It wouldn't be in his mind anymore. It would have been where. Yeah, it can't just be in his mind.
Okay,
I guess like the astral plane.
So, okay. I mean, but not in the physical world. So you're like what
correct,
I see is Krizik's just doing his psychic thing. You're not like literally flying across the room I'm in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Krizik's body is just kind of up there.
Okay, then I'll go and try to smash at this golem that Commander was attacking, because he didn't take it down, right?
Correct.
Right.
It's just damage. All right, that is 17.
17. Actually, minimum again.
Okay. This one's a lot tougher than the other ones.
And Krizik, you can complete the action that I guess you kind of started. Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
You're saying now it's my turn to roll?
Yes. So you're kind of doing like you get advantage 1 if you're using him if you're manifesting that dagger.
Yes, absolutely. Just like we were able to take things from the astral material, I'm going to do the exact opposite with the dagger.
Okay.
Okay. Advantage 1. It's going to be a roll to hit using my agility then, yes?
Correct. Well, you're on the astral. You could actually use your psychic.
Okay. It would actually be the same since I have the ability substitution. Okay. 46. Yeah, all right. 26. Oh, wait. Advantage. So that's an extra D8. 29. And what about my my legendary point? I can use that?
Yes, you can.
Do I need to?
That's
allowed to
something.
tell me. I'm going to use it just for sake of conversation. Okay, so 36.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. So one, you also get to invoke a bane as well. you fly at it mentally, and what the rest of you see is the head kind of explode off of this thing, and then the body begins to crumple. And also apparently, as that happens, one after another, the heads to the creatures or to the stone golems that were holding the gems begin to explode as well.
Nice.
Everyone make a DC 18 agility check as more of the temple is coming down.
I'm gonna have to use my legend point for that, and I still don't make it.
Is the legend point advantage or just an extra die?
It's advantage.
25.
I'm gonna use it.
I got almost the lowest possible roll I could. I have a 4.
Yeah, I got a 11.
I got a 40.
A
You're
40.
good.
A 40. And last agility roll, I got a 5.
Hey, what's up?
So Ted, you take 3 points.
Okay.
4 points for you, Doug. You said you failed.
Yeah.
And Dr. Lucy takes 5.
And this because the place is coming down again.
Still.
Yes, this is.
How are the monks doing?
They're all dead.
They're all, no, yeah, some of them are down. Of the dozens that were with you, there is probably about a dozen left. The stone golems that they were fighting went inert, but the gem is still not whole yet, and it's still like that mishmash of silver and dark light.
That's my goal, man. Do whatever I can to get them 4 remaining shards up in there.
Okay, well, so you're able to grab 2 of them and put 2 back in.
So
right.
while he's doing that, I'm gonna start telling the monks to get their fallen and start getting out.
I'll tell all of you guys to get out. All of you, I can handle it. Just run.
There's 2 more shards left that need to go in.
There is.
Yeah.
Israel will pick up both of them and insert one of them, but not the last one.
Okay.
And then he's going to hand off his sword to Roz. Get this back to my people. Now get out of here.
No, you come too.
I'm not leaving.
If I can leave, I will. But I need someone to get this sword to my people.
Then you'll have to give it to Krizik. I'm never leaving people behind again.
I'll be right behind you.
I'm going to make a will check to decide if Raz would do this or not. And I'm going to give myself disadvantage because I don't think she would.
And Raz being a soldier, Israel will say that's in order.
And I got an 8. So I will probably be a little teary-eyed, but I will nod curtly and I'll say, you better be right behind us, Commander. It was an honor serving you.
Raz is a soldier, but Raz is also a dwarf. You guys spent hours traveling down here.
And I'm stubborn. But
you guys had spent hours traveling down here.
There's no getting out.
Is Screech still here?
Screech is here.
Screech flew in. Can Screech fly us out?
that's why I like Bunny. He's smart.
And he wouldn't have to carry everybody because Mutt could probably
Mutt's broken. Mutt's not moving. Nobody ever healed him.
Well,
Poor plum.
I'll go kiss
You
Mutt.
build another one. It's not the first time he broke that.
You're going to get charged with something before the session is over. Or at least attract something.
Screech says, I can take you with me, but I do not know if I'll be able to bring you back here.
I want to see the astral plane.
I'd say take your chances. Between the doctor and Krizik, you can probably get back home.
You do realize Krizik is still in psychic battle with this thing, right?
No,
So
you
don't depend
blew
on
its head
Chris. Okay.
You destroyed the physical manifestation of it, and its presence here you guys aren't really detecting.
Did we forget the
Gotcha.
obsidian?
Sorry, I was too busy looking for my bane. Okay. You know what? If
I thought you were using the
If I get
bait
a
out of
frickin-
spite. I don't know.
well, does the bane have to be on the dead thing?
I think if we're going to die in this place, we should all die together.
Dave, does the bane have to be on the
I
thing I
believe
just
that's
killed?
kind of how it works.
Come on.
There's nothing to fight though.
Kind of. I
Okay.
want to stun what's his face? Israel.
And we devolve into PvP.
Well, actually, while we're all
Again?
standing here debating, I mean, I'm sure it's not taking
All right,
that long.
So Screech says he can carry someone out or carry people out. He's a giant eagle. Hiss is also there as well. I don't know.
So
if
is
you
Blinky. Blinky's pretty darn fast.
Well, there is no getting out of here by. You're not walking out of here.
Gotcha.
It took hours to get down there, and there's a bunch of the stone guys,
Okay.
the stone monks as well.
Listen, guys, I'm not playing around with this, and if I have to start making rolls, I will. I'm the only one who's capable of getting out of here under my own cognition. So stop being silly. Get to stepping.
I will get on Screech and see if he could pick up Mutt.
Yeah, he can pick up Mutt. Okay, so Bunny's on Screech. He's got Mutt with Mutt. Dr. Lucy?
Find us on the other side, friend. You better. And I go to Hiss.
Okay. Roz?
I'm gonna try to knock out the commander and take the thing and put it in.
Okay.
$32.
Well, my guard's only a 19, so he probably just knocked me out.
So that's definitely like a daze or something like that you'd be able to do.
All right, and then I'll tell them to get him out of here, and I'll put the sword back in his sheath and take the thing.
Pull him up on Hiss.
Okay, so basically, Dr. Lucy, basically what Hiss does is kind of like extends one wing and touches it to the ground. You begin walking up it, and it kind of just flips it up and slides you into place. Hiss takes off and almost turns into like a dark spiral as it like shoots through the wall, and and Dr. Lucy and Hiss are gone. I
was trying to take Israel with me when I left.
Okay, so Israel is with you, like Hiss scoops up Israel in his claws, and you just before they vanish through the wall, you guys kind of hear from behind, "Mistress, do I get to eat this one?" and they're gone. Bunny is on Screech, and Screech is holding Mutt. Krizik, what do you do?
I'm just there. I make sure that Blinky gets on there and everything. I'm staying. I have to destroy. How many of these things are left?
There's one, and Roz is holding the piece ready to put it back in.
Get back on.
On what? They all left.
No, Screech is still here.
Hiss.
Oh.
Screech, yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Teleport out.
Oh.
And even though I'm gone, what about all those poor monks that were still alive?
Oh yeah, those guys get on the back of the freaking Zapdos also.
I don't think there's quite enough room for all of them.
Oh, there's plenty of room.
You could probably save like a couple, especially if you're taking the bear too. It's gonna be tough.
All right. Well then, then I'll clap Krizik on the shoulder, hand him the thing, bolster him just in case he needs it for whatever he's gonna do, which is advantage 1. And
advantage 2 you have now, right?
No, it's no. You need a 6 presence for that. I don't have high enough. And then I'll mutter about how the commander and I are both too stubborn for our own good, and climb up on Screech.
So, Chris, you could try like a last ditch effort of teleporting the monks out.
I'll do it.
But this is
Just
like the roll.
regular. Say again.
This is the roll. If you fail, you're done.
Remember, you got advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to use my advantage. I think I'll be okay, though. Oops. Oh, yeah, no, the 20. That's a 9. 30. 30 even.
Okay. 30 even. So, Screech, flies back into the astral with Bunny and Roz. You have no idea where they are. You have no idea where Dr. Lucy has gone to.
Ooh, I have no idea where I am. I didn't go with them.
With Israel.
No, you're on Screech.
I know. I didn't go with you guys to the astral plane, so she's probably like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's totally new for you.
Yeah.
Krizik is laying on his back, panting. He may have vomited a little bit because he's never exerted himself like this before. Lying by a crater where the ziggurat used to be. And there's just, this beam of silver light that is poking through the rubble up into the sky above. The gloom is completely gone. And you think you see dark shapes like fleeing in different directions. As you just as you kind of like lose consciousness from the exertion, and the monks are around you. And that's where we're gonna wrap things up, and that's where this campaign is kind of ended, or at least this story arc has ended. You guys have closed the portal. It is sealed forever. But there's definitely some uncertainty to what happened to those things that were already here. We were able to save a bunch of the monks as well as yourselves. So with that, guys, until next time, stay nerdy.
Nerdy.